guys, Adam the OT back again. And this week's simple, fun and effective game is called the Coin of Truth. So quite a few messages this term asking for activities that were interesting and engaging enough to capture the attention of like middle schoolers and high schoolers, so slightly older learners, but will be really good for developing those fine motor skills in that age group as well. So this is one of my favorites. It's not only good for developing dexterity and coordination, but I love it for working on some social skills and things like sportsmanship. So how to win and lose with grace and still enjoy the fun competition as well. So this is called the Coin of Truth. Okay guys, for the Coin of Truth, all you'll need is one coin. I have a quarter here. The bigger, the better, okay, because it's easier to control. To start off with, before we get into the competition, we have a very quick little warm-up. To warm up, we're going to pick up the coin with your finger and thumb, hide it in their hand, and then translate. This is called palm to finger translation, from the palm to their fingers without dropping it. Now, that's not totally easy, but it's great practice for dexterity and in-hand manipulation, okay? Hide it away and make it appear back out in the fingertips. Hide it away and back to the fingertips. Now we pinch the coin between thumb and finger, turn it over, now try and balance the coin under the thumb, and then touch with 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pinch again and bring it back over. Then we're going to hold the coin again between finger and thumb and just roll it. Easy peasy. If we're getting very fancy, we can hold it between the other two fingers and try and turn it. That's a little bit for the older students, but it's a nice one as well. Then lastly, try and just flip it between the fingers. Doing this especially to get them used to this is heads and this is tails. That terminology, heads and tails, as quick as they can, flipping it over. Perfect. Now we're ready for the competition, okay? Now, because we're going to do this quite a few times, there's no way they're going to win every coin toss. So they get accustomed to losing and the fun of the game. So the first movement is just this. This is the easiest way to spin a coin, heads or tails. We're going to balance the coin on end. We're going to hold the coin between finger and thumb and just move the fingers and thumbs in opposite directions and the coin spins. Cover it while it's spinning and then ask them heads or tails. They say heads, it's heads, the child gets 1 point. Now they're going to spin the coin. Hold it between finger and thumb, spin, they cover, and I say heads or tails. I say tails, it's tails, Adam gets a point, okay? You carry on like that, as many reps as you want. I would normally do best of 5, and whoever gets the first best of 5, they win that round, okay? That's the first move. Next one, slightly more challenging. They're going to balance the coin on end, put their fingertip on top, and flip it gently with the other finger. Cover while it's spinning, heads or tails. So the movement is this: coin on end and held in place with a fingertip, and then very lightly just flick the edge of the coin to set it spinning. Now, in all likelihood, the child initially is going to hold it too tightly. They're going to have trouble modulating that strength, or they're going to flip it totally off the table. Don't worry about that. Just get practice. You can hold it for them, or you can ask them to hold it and you flick it. Grade it however you want. It's fun as well though, because even when they flick it off the table, they'll be very quick to try again. If for some reason it's not demotivating, because it feels very achievable. Okay, the same idea. I'll flip, I'll cover, they say heads or tails. I'll get them to flip and cover, and I'll say heads or tails. Best of 5, and they win that round, okay? The next one, now this is where the fun begins. This is the Coin of Truth, okay? So I want you to see my face and my eyes for this next part, because this is really fun. So this is what we're working up to. This is the Coin of Truth part. So now they're getting used to heads and tails. There's some dexterity challenges, but this is the real fun part. This is what keeps them asking for this game in other sessions. So they're going to get used to flipping the coin properly, catching, and heads or tails, okay? And then with an extra bonus part. So to get used to that, practice the coin flip first. So I'm getting them to push their finger or the thumb into the side of their top finger, their first finger, index finger, and just flip the other finger like this, okay? That little movement there. So pushing in and flicking up, okay? So I'll get them to flick, flick, flick. Practice that little flicking motion, then just have their finger placed, put the coin on top, and get them to flick. And don't worry about the catch. Whoops. Don't worry about the catch initially. So they can flip it and let it land on the table and cover just like before. It's just that idea of the flip, getting accustomed to that little motion. And then when they get practice enough, they can try and flip and catch and place it in the back of their hand. Then again, heads or tails, best of 5, easy peasy. So that's level 1 is like this, spin. Level 2, balance and flick. Level 3, coin flip and land on the table. Level 4, flip, whoops-a-daisy, I'm blinded by my light, flip, catch on the back of the hand, okay? Now here's the coin of truth part. I'm going to spin on the hand, I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to tell them, oh, that's heads. And can they tell if I'm bluffing or not? So this is where the bluffing part comes in. I'll spin, catch. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't like you guys, that is heads. Is it? So, yes it is, of course it is. I wouldn't lie to you guys. So then they try and guess if I'm bluffing. Heads or tails, but I know what it is, but maybe I'm not telling the truth. I'll look at the coin, I'll tell them that's heads. Is it? And then they'll try and tell, so then they'll call heads or tails. Do they believe me, do they not? And then they will do the same. So that's where the coin of truth part comes in. So they've already won and lost a whole bunch. Then the coin of truth, exact same as before, heads or tails, but I know what it is, and I'll either bluff or I'll tell the truth, and they have to work out what it is. And they cannot wait to do that back to me then. Okay, that's it guys. That's the coin of truth. Little in-hand manipulation, dexterity, lots of sportsmanship. I can model being a good sport. I can model being a sore loser. They get to play around and have fun with it and learn those skills during a really fun, silly little activity as well, okay? Thank you so much, guys. If you enjoyed this activity and want to stay updated with more of the same, don't forget to hit that like button and give us a subscribe to stay up to date with these new videos as I post them every week. Thank you so much, everyone. And that's me for this week. Adam the OT, out.